Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshabhir Yajatra Sthirai Rangai Sushtavanshas Tanubhi Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayuh Swastina Indro Vruddashrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starksho Arishtanemi Swastino Brahaspatir Dadatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have been studying Muṇḍaka Upanishad from Atharva Veda with the help of Shankara's commentary. And on the last Wednesday, we read up to 10 mantras of the second section of second Muṇḍaka. And the last mantra, 11, we have to read today. Now, last 3 mantras, including this 11, 9, 10, and 11, Shankara had introduced telling that this is the summary of whatever has been told up till now. And we have read those 2 mantras, and this is the last mantra of the summary. So you may say it is the conclusion. This mantra is the conclusion of the entire knowledge. Brahma eva idam amritam purastad Brahma Paschat Brahma Dakshinatahcha Uttarena Adhascha Urdhvamcha Prasurtam Brahma Eva Idam Vishwam Idam Varishtham. Idam Vishwam Idam Vishwam Idam Varishtham Brahma Eva. That is the syntax. Now, Brahma Eva Idam Amrutam. So, first of all, we have to think of what is Idam. Idam means that which is within, that which is near to us, not remote, within our perception or thinking or imagination or whatever it is. And what is that? Last time I was discussing a point. Generally, people will jump and say the objective universe. What is our experience? Idam represents our experience, the world of our experience. And what do we experience? If you analyze our experience, I see this world. I hear this sound. I imagine such and such a thing. So this is the meaning of Idam. Idam should not mean only the objective world. That is the idea of the Western science. But Vedanta is called as critic of experience. Critic means critical analysis of our experience. Vedanta is dealing with our experience. It is not dealing with the objective world. So, Idam, it's an important thing. As I was telling in some class that they say the world is unreal and I am Brahman. No. I am a perceiver of this world. Real I is something totally different. From the dream analysis, if you think, in dream, I am eating a mango. The mango is a creation of my mind. And that I which is eating the mango is also a creation of my mind. But the mind has a peculiar property. When it imagines something, it splits itself into 2 parts, subject and object. And third part, you may say the perception or the relation. So, mango, it treats as if it is an object. And that I which is eating the mango, which is also imagination of my mind, it treats as I, subject. I am sleeping on the cot. I am not eating the mango. So the person who is sleeping on the cot imagines that he is eating the mango. Now apply this to our waking state. I see this world. They realize something different. This I is an appearance imagined by my mind, by the universal mind, so by my mind also. So this mind has the property of splitting in Maya, splitting not really, but in appearance. The reality which is without the subject-object split. That is the meaning of the word Advaitam. That is imagined as a subject perceiving the object. So this is an important thing to remember. Idam Amrutam Brahma. Amrutam here is the adjective of Brahma. So now compare. This idam, as we perceive it, is Kshanabhangur, Nashwar. The objects also go away. This I also changes, I told last time, if you remember. A child's I consciousness is totally gone when he is old. So whatever we perceive is Nashwar or Kshanabhangur, temporary, has no existence other than that second in which it is experienced. It is absolutely unreal. Then what I am experiencing? Why does it appear real? So now we have to think of what is Brahman. And Brahman has been best defined by Shankaracharya in his Brahma Sutra Bhashya. There he said the word meaning of Brahman is the greatest of all in all respects. That is the literal meaning. Brahman is equal to the greatest of all in all respects. So from this definition, we should find out what Brahman is. Firstly, it should have no imperfection, then otherwise it cannot be the greatest in all respects. Not greatest in size only, greatest in all respects. And it has to be all-knower. It has to be omnipotent, all-powerful. And it has to be the creator, preserver and destroyer of this world. Then only it can be the greatest. Otherwise the world will separate. And this Brahman, the Muṇḍaka has talked about from the beginning. And in this section especially, it has told us that one has to hit by I consciousness into that Brahman. And the I consciousness should become identified with that. So that Brahman, the absolute reality of everything, is all this. Here, all word is not there, idam. But when there is no qualifying word, idam should mean whatever we perceive. Amrutam Brahma, that is the main important point. That we are perceiving everything Nashwar Kshanabhangur. But in reality, it is the Brahman which is immortal. And the word Amritam has another shade of meaning. Now, take up any of our joys in the world. Our joy in the world is dirty in a way, impure. And our joy in this world is always mixed with pain. And our joy in this world is always temporary. Now consider a joy which has no impurity in it. Consider a joy which is never mixed with pain, even as a reaction. Consider that joy which is permanent. That is called Amritam. So if you want to note down, this word we are taking from Chandogya Upanishad, Narad Sanat Kumar Samvad. So, Amritam is equal to bliss. The name, pleasure, joy, happiness are given up. Bliss. Pure, unmixed with pain, and permanent or eternal. So that is the very nature of Brahman. No, normally also, Brahman is conceived as Satchit Ananda. So this Ananda, which is both Sat and Chit, that Ananda. And so the Amritam has been pointed out. So Amritam is equal to another meaning, immortal. So this world is Nashwar, but in reality it is something permanent and permanently blissful. Okay? Amritam Brahma. So from the different characteristics of Brahman, this bliss is brought out. Now, Idam is explained now. Idam, in general, is being told as Brahman, Amritam Brahma. This Amritam Brahma, which is Idam, is Purastad. That means when the experience of Brahman comes, if the Rishi opens his eyes, he sees Brahman. We see cow, horse, house, brick. He also may perceive cow, horse, brick, but in his consciousness it is Brahman. It is that all-pervading reality. Brahma Pashat. No, he does not have eyes at the back. But he knows certainly that there is something at the back, and that something at the back is nothing but Brahman, Amritam Brahman. Brahma Dakshinata. Now this Dakshin word has to be understood a little. Dakshin word means right side. Dakshin word also means south side. So how this Dakshin gets two meanings? Because in India, we always imagine that we are facing the east, because this great sun god he rises in the east. So when we face the east, right side is south. And it is right side. And there, just if we incline our face, we can see. So, whatever we see, perceive, imagine, smell, taste on the right side is Nashwar, but in reality, it is not different from the same Brahman. Uttarena. So he need not say left side, because once Dakshin is taken care of, the fourth direction is north. Uttarena, that means towards the north also. Whatever is there is Brahman. Then two more directions are there. Above and below. So above, stars. So many things. No. Above, Brahman only. Below, we are standing on the earth. So that is below us. And then we imagine Patal, Satal, whatever it is. So everything is Brahman. Now, this description has a purpose. When we say Brahman is all, it does not give the full idea to us. And so exhaustively it is taught. That front Brahman, back Brahman, right Brahman, left Brahman, above Brahman, below Brahman. Now we understand there is nothing which is not Brahman. Adasya urdhvam cha prasrutam. Prasrutam means spread. So you get the idea that it is one reality which is spread everywhere. Brahma eva. So this Brahma eva can be joined with the coming clause. Vishwam. What is the meaning of the word Vishwam? English word will be? World. No, universe. The difference is that universe or Vishwam is the totality of varieties. That is the indication in the word Vishwam. For world we use the word Jagat. But Vishwam means we pursue variety. And the totality of that variety. So we may loosely say world, we say the universe. So Brahman is everywhere. So the whole universe is nothing but Varishtham Brahma. That means we talk of Para and Avara Brahma. In reality, all this is the transcendent Brahma. Though when we talk of everything and all that, in our mind the conception comes of the all-pervading or immanent Brahman. So it shows that there is no difference or gap between the two. The whole this is Varishtham Brahman, transcendent, immanent Brahman. Let us see what Acharya says. When we start word by word, we get so much light in our experience. Brahma eva ukta lakshanam. So Acharya says Brahman, about which we are told in the whole this section, or from the beginning. Idam yat, that itself is yat purasad. Purasad agre. Purasad means in front. Brahma eva. Now he says avidya drishti nam prati avabhasanam. So what is front? When we think of Brahman, there is no front or back. But when we have wrong knowledge, then we see something as in front and back and all that. So that to a man of wrong knowledge, what appears to be in front is in reality Brahman. Tatha, in the same way, Paschat Brahma, he does not put that repeating again. As for Avidya Drishtinam, whatever is back is Brahman. Tatha Dakshinata cha, Tatha Uttarena, Tatha eva Adastat Urdhvam cha. Now, people will think there are other directions also. Because east and south, then whatever is there in between, we imagine then southeast. Then between them, south-southeast. So, no, this description is a representative. It should make us include everything. And that is the duty of the commentator. So the commentator says, Sarvato Anyad Sarvato, in all directions. East, west and all that means all directions. Anyadiva karya karena prasrutam. Karya akarena prasutam. Karya means product. Product means world. Because it is appearance of Brahman. So in the form of karya, in the form of this world, anyadiva, as if it is something different. As if it is something different, this whole world is actually nothing but Brahman. Prasrutam pragatam. Pragatam means gone everywhere. Prasutam means spread. So Shankar is telling spread means it has gone everywhere. Nama rupavad avabhasamanam. Now it has gone means what? It appears through names and forms. That is the meaning of spread, gone. The meaning is that names and forms, through them it is shining. Kim bahuna. Kim bahuna means what more should I say? That is the meaning of the word Kim bahuna. Kim bahuna. Brahma eva idam vishwam samastam. Samastam. The entire Vishwam, idam jagat. Shankar says it is, implication is jagat. But I told you the difference. Varishtam.
Meaning Vishwam is the technical definition. Is there some?
Vishwam means samastam idam jagat. Vishwam means the universe which has varieties. That is the difference. In the word meaning, jagat means gacchati iti jagat. And Vishwam means the totality of varieties which we see. In practical life, Vishwa is jagat. So sometimes you use the word world, sometimes universe. Idam jagat varishtam varatamam. Varishtam means superlative degree. Var means superior. Superior degree of superior. Varatamam. Now he is telling Abrahma pratyaya sarvo avidya matro. Pratyaya. If we experience something other than Brahman, if we experience something not Brahman, then that is due to our wrong knowledge. That is the implication of this. Rajvam eva sarpa pratyaya. That is the standard example. That there is a rope, but our pratyaya means our experience is that of a snake. Like that, Brahman is there, our appearance is names and forms. Brahma eva ekam paramartha satyamiti. Paramartha, what is the meaning of the word paramartha? The real or ultimate, that is the meaning. Paramartha satyam, you can use another word also, absolute. Absolute, ultimate. Because we experience some Satyam, but this is the real Satyam. Paramartha Satyam iti. Brahma eva ekam Paramartha Satyam iti. So Brahman only is the ultimate truth, is the end truth. Iti Vedanushasanam. So that is the teaching of the entire Vedas. Okay. So that was the summary conclusion of whatever has been told up till now. Now we turn to Tritiya Mundak Pratham Khanda. Let us read the Sambandha Bhashya. Paravidya Ukta is referring to the first section. Paravidya Ukta Yayata Daksharam Purushakhyam Satyam Adhigamyate. So Paravidya was defined as that by which the Akshara Purusha, Purushakhyam, that Brahman of which the name was Purusha. Purishayanat Purnatvat, all pervading and perfect. Purushakhyam Satyam, actually it is about the absolute truth. Adhigamyate means becomes known. Yad adhigame hridaya granthadi sansara karanasya atyantika vinasha syat. By whose knowledge the hridaya granthi, the main ignorance, root ignorance, I consciousness, that is the sansara karana. Atyantika vinash, total once for all vinash syat, by its knowledge. Tad darshana upayascha yogo dhanuradi upadana kalpanaya ukta. So up till now, some Ikar is summarizing that Paravidya has been told the knowledge of which removes our ignorance, and the method of knowing it also has been told. Tad darshana upayascha yogo. So that is the yoga definition according to Gita, according to Shankaracharya. Tad darshana upaya. Tad prapti upaya. Here darshana and prapti are same. So the method for realizing that. At the end of every chapter of the Gita, we say amuk yoga, tamuk yoga. So many methods of realizing the same has been told. Suddenly I remember something. I told you about a debate with the Shankarites in Trichy. Did I refer to? Well, I was in Coimbatore, and the Shrungeri Shankar Mutt has a office or something in Trichy. And the two Shankaracharyas were to go there and stay for 3 days. So they had made some celebration. And they came to invite, Abhiramananji was the head of the Coimbatore Center, and they came to invite him. And he told me, you please go. So there, the main speaker was from Arsha Vidyalaya. You know something about Arsha Vidyalaya? No, they say, no, their fundamental thing I am telling, because it is very popular in India today. Rishikesh and Connecticut or something in Tamil Nadu. They say there is nothing called dhyanam. There is nothing called samadhi. There is nothing called experience. You hear from us and that is Vedanta. So, I spoke first. Then some other Chinmaya mission, etc. And then this man arose. And he straight away started saying, we don't believe that you can reach Brahman by all methods. Direct hit on Ramakrishna mission. We can reach Brahman only by Shankar Siddhanta. Then I told the who was conducting the meeting, I want to speak again. This is not a debate. I said, he has criticized our mission. There is in assembly and everywhere, there is a right to reply. I must speak again. So I forced him. And he quoted from Vivekananda to show that no mystic experience is necessary. And that he said in the end of his lecture. Don't expect any mystic experience. So I said, unfortunately for him, he has quoted from Vivekananda. Vivekananda I had counted once. Dhyan, Samadhi, Anubhav. 108 shlokas are there. Anyway. So in that he had said, we don't believe. I said, by Shankar Siddhanta, you cannot reach anything. You have to experience that. Anyway. So that I suddenly remembered that Tad Darshana Upaya. Yogo Dhanuradi Upadana Kalpanaya Ukta. So yoga means Tat Prapti Upaya, and that has been described through the figures of Dhanusha Bana, etc. Atha Idanim, so that is what has gone by. Atha Idanim, now what remains? Tat Sahakarini Satyadi Sadhanani Vaktavyani iti Tadartham Uttararamba. Uttar means remaining, coming. So this is about the third Mundak whole. That everything has been told. Then what remains? There are Sahakari sadhanas. Auxiliary means or helpful means. So the Vedantis take this position that this knowledge and this yoga is sufficient. Why you do not realize? Because you are not ready. How to get ready? These are necessary. That is called Sahakari sadhana. Literal translation may be auxiliary or Sahakari means helpful. You see, a man works, maybe in office or anywhere. He has so many assistants. They are Sahakaris. So, okay, by yoga and knowledge you will reach. But we require certain other things in our life. So that is remained to be told. And the main of that is Satya Palan. Vachik Satya. The verbal sticking to truth, which Thakur has shown remarkably. Adi, Brahmacharya, Ahimsa, like that other sadhanas are there. So that has remained to be told. Tadartham, for that, the remaining Upanishad is there. Now, while describing that, we will find something more also. Pradhanyena tattva nirdharanam cha prakarantarena kriyate atyanta duravagayatvat krutam api. Tattva nirdharanam, the analysis or determination of the real nature. Pradhanena, and that we will see predominantly. We are talking of Satyadi sadhana, but predominantly you will see again the nature of truth. Prakarantarena, in some other way. Kriyate atyanta duravagayatvat krutamapi. Not that it has not been done. It has been done. But again we will do it in different way because it is difficult to understand, difficult to realize. Duravagaya. Avagaya means like jumping into the water. Measurement of the depth of the water. It is difficult. So, in many ways it has to be done. So, even while talking of Sahakari sadhan, predominantly we shall see talking about the ultimate truth again. So we should not confuse. Tatra sutra bhuto mantraha. Tatra means in respect of that pradhanena tattva nirdharanam. Not about satyadi sadhana. Sutra bhuta mantra. That means explaining in brief. Paramartha vastu avadharanartham upanyasatte. Sutra bhuto paramartha vastu avadharanartham. To conceive rightly the ultimate reality. Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam ruksham parishashva jate tayor anya pippalam swadu atti anashnan anyo avichakashiti. Now I have told you repeatedly that Vedanta is the critic of experience. So this mantra describes the experience of a sadhak, not of an ordinary man. Ordinary man has no concept of God even. This mantra, literally let us see, two birds. Now Suparna has two meanings. Either Suparna means bird or Suparna means with beautiful, what you call, wings. So two birds with beautiful wings. Sayuja, always joined to each other. Sakhaya. Sakhaya will appear friends with the same name. Sakhaya means saman akhyana. Generally, we call Jivatma and Paramatma. Atma ito. So, same name, same family name at least. Sakhaya. Samanam ruksham. Now this whole world or an individual's life, whatever you take. And vruksham is an allegory used in Vedanta, Kathopanishad and Gita for the entire worldly life or for the entire world. It is called vruksha because it gets cut. Same tree. Parishashva jate. Parishashva means embracing, they stay there. Two birds who always stay together, which are friends or which have the same name, same tree, they as if embrace and stay there. This is not the feeling of an ordinary man. And this is not the feeling of the man of realization. So sadhak experiences, I live in this world, I live in this body, I live in this world, but there is someone else also. And he is always with me, sadhak feels. But he is different from me. What difference? Tayor anya pippalam swadu atti. Tayor anya means one of them. One of them, swadu pippalam. That tree is ashwatham. That is people tree. Now you know the people tree has fruits. Swadu means tasteful. Now tasteful means various tastes. So various tastes, fruits are there and he eats one of them. And it is his experience, it is my experience that I am eating fruits. But there is somebody in me, like me, never separate. Who does not eat? Anashnan. Without anashnan, present participle. Without eating, anyo abhichakashiti. Abhichakashiti means seeing everything. That is the experience of a sadhaka. Shankar explains Dva, now grammar. Dva is Vedanta, Vedic grammar. Dvau is modern grammar. Dva means Dvau. Suparna means Suparnau. First meaning of Suparnau is Shobhana Patanau, beautiful wings. Shobhana Patanau Suparnau. Pakshi Samanyadva Suparnau. Or any birds. Sayuja, Sayujau, Sa eva sarvada yuktau. Always they are together. Sakhaya, Sakhayau, Samana Akhyano. Same name. Samana Abhivakti Karanau. Abhivakti Karan means I feel. That is Abhivakti. Expressed. So I feel I am and I feel he is. That is also the meaning of Sakhaya. Evam bhutau santo, like that they are. Samanam avishesham upalabdhi adhishthanataya ekam vruksham. Upalabdhi adhishthanataya. That means where I feel myself in this body. Samanam means avishesham, not different of both, for both. Ekam vruksham, vruksham iva, like tree. Uchcheda samanyat, because it is cut away, so it is called vruksha. Shariram. So vruksham is sharira. Uchcheda samanyat shariram vruksham. Parishashva jate, parishvaktavantau, embraced. Suparnau avivekam vruksham phalopabhogartham. Parishvaktavantau suparnau. Those birds are embraced. Avivekam vruksham phalopabhogartham. So those of non-discriminating are on the tree. Why they are on the tree? They want to eat fruits. They. Ayami vruksha. Now Shankar describes this vruksha as the whole world. He has told body, but now whole world. Ayami vruksha urdhva mulo avakshako ashvatto avyakta mula prava kshetra sangaka. So this vruksha has root above. Above means superior. World is born from Brahman, so Brahman is superior. Urdhva mula avakshako, branches are all below. Ashvatto. Ashvatto meaning?
Tree.
Huh?
Tree.
Ashvatto means that which does not remain tomorrow as it is today. Ashvatto. Ever changing. No, Urdhva Moolam has been told. But still more practically, Avyakta Mula Prabhava. That means before the creation, it was there in an unmanifested state and becomes manifested. That's all. Avyakta Mula Prabhava. Prabhava is born of Avyakta Mula. Kshetra Sangyaka. It is called farm of a farmer. Why it is called a farm? Because we bow something and reap the result. So we do karma here and get the result in this body. So it is called farm. Kshetra Sangeka. Sarva prani karma phalashraya. So he is talking of both, body, the world. So for all beings, they get their fruits of the results here. Karma phala ashraya. Tam parishvaktau. So they are embracing that. Supernav eva, like the birds on a tree. Avidya kama karma vasana shraya linga upadhi atma ishvara. So Atma and Ishwar, we call Jivatma Paramatma same name, but here he says, due to ignorance, there are desires and there are karmas and there are impressions of that karmas. This is the linga, linga upadhi. Linga means settled body. Ours are anybody's. So this is upadhi. Upadhi I always told you, not real nature, but appears to be real nature. So this is the state of one of them. But he thinks both are like that. Atma and Ishwar. So this is Atma. And he imagines that there is Ishwar also in me of the same type. First he thinks. Tayo parishaktayor, now the difference. Tayo parishaktayor anya eka. Anya means one of them. Kshetragyo. Kshetragya means the person who is aware of this body as its form. One who knows Kshetra, Kshetragya. So, one of them, Kshetragya. One of them is the person who feels this body as his form. Lingopadhi, that settled personality is its upadhi. Vruksham ashrita, and that has taken support of the tree. Pipalam karma phala nishpannam sukha dukkha lakshanam. So people here represents the fruits of the karma which he does. Pleasure and pain. Phalam swadu. Aneka vichitra vedana swadu rupam. So tasteful means so many tastes altogether. Swadu atti, bhakshayati, upabhungte avivekata. First he says, atti means bhungte. And then he says, upabhungte, avivekata. Due to ignorance, it appears to eat, as if he is eating. Anasnan anyo itara ishvaro. And what is the nature of Ishvara? In a sadhak's feeling. Nitya Buddha, Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Svabhava. That is Ishvara. We have seen these words many times before. It is read in two ways. Nitya Shuddha Buddha, Nitya Shuddha. So Nitya Shuddha, Nitya Buddha, Nitya Mukta Svabhava. That is its very nature. Ish Sarvajna. Sarva Sattva Upadhir Ishvaro. So only Sattva Gun. I defined the three gunas that day. Only existence, not divided. That is its Upadhi. So it is Ishwar. Na Ashnati, he does not eat. Now what he does? Prerayita he asau. Ubayor, bhojya bhoktror, nitya sakshitva satta matrena. Ubhaya means not these two words. Ubhaya means bhojya and bhokta. Both bhojya and bhokta, he prerayita, he goads, he makes them do. he makes the objects eatable and he makes the subject eat the objects. So they become objects of eating only because of him. Otherwise it would not have been real at all. Would not be attracted to the world if God is not there in them. And eater, subject to object, both he inspires. Nitya Sakshitva Sattamat. And he does not inspire them by telling you do this or do that. Nitya Sakshitva Satta. He exists and he sees. So that itself becomes inspiration for both of them. He is present, so I feel I want to eat. All this is experience. Satu Anashnan, he without eating, Abhichakashiti Pashyati Eva Kevalam. He only sees. Darshana Matrami Tasya Prerayitvam Rajavat. So he sees itself with the prerana. He sees, so we work. If he was not consciousness, we would not have worked. Rajavat. If the king is there, then everybody is working. If the king is gone, we see this everywhere. If the Mahanta is absent, ashram goes in its own way. He is not doing anything, but he is there. That is Rajavat. Now, this is what they are. Now, what happens further? Samane vrukshe purusho nimagno anishaya shochati muyyamanaha jushtam yada pashyati anyamisham asya mahimanamiti vita shoka. Experience will totally change afterwards. This appearance of dualism. Because experience. Samane vrukshe, on the same tree, Purusho Nimagno, that is one of them now, singular. Purusha means the Jiva. Nimagno, he is absorbed in that. Anishaya is an important word. Anishaya means he feels I am not all powerful. That is Anishaya. Ishvara gunas are not in me. That is what a Jiva feels. And due to that, shochati. Because I cannot do whatever I want, so I am sorry. The very reason of shoka in this world is that we cannot do what we want. Muyyamana, and then he is deluded. Then what happens? A little gap is there. You have to imagine certain things. On the lower branches, he is eating fruits. Swamiji has described. Sometimes some very bitter fruit he eats. Then he looks up. Then he is attracted. He goes up. But again he starts eating. So like that he is going. Now when he comes very near the upper world, then what happens? Jushtam yada pashyati anyamisham. Anyamisham, Jushtam means sevitam by yogis, rishis, sadhakas. They are serving him. He is Ishvara, we see. Then what happens? Asya mahimanam iti. I was not there. It was his shadow. That is the realization. So from Dvaita to Advaita, first go near him. And when we go near him, then this what happens. That there are no two. No two means I am not there. Asya mahimanam. His mahima. His greatness, glory, his reflection, I was. And the whole world was. And if you realize this, what happens? Vita shoka, then no place of sorrow. Sorrow because I cannot do whatever I want. Then I am not there, he is everywhere. Then no sorrow. This is the beautiful picture. Acharya says, Tatra evam sati, because it is like this. Samanya vrukshe yathokte sharire. Purusho bhokta, jivo. Avidya, kama, karma, phala, ragadi. Now he is describing his life. Avidya, kama, karma, phala, ragadi, attachment, etc. Guru bhara kranto. All this weight is upon his head. Alaburiva. Now, samudre jale nimagna. Alabu means pumpkin or gourd. Lau or kumda. Alabu. Now, in an ocean that is going down, up, going down, up, going down, up, like that his life is there. Alaburiva samudre jale nimagna. Nishayana dehatma bhavapanna. And for him, it is sure that body is the Atma. And the expression is, I am eva aham amushya putro asya napta. I am the son of so and so. I am the grandson of so and so. Kurusha stulo gunavan nirguna. I am fat, I am lean, I am meritorious, I am not meritorious. Sukhi dukhi, pleasure and pain. Evam pratyayo. That is his experience. Muhyamana. So Shochati Muhyamana is being described like this. Nasti anyo asmaditi. Asmad means other than this body. There is nothing. Iti jayate mriyate. So he borns, he is died. Sanyujyate viyujyate cha sambandhi bandhavai. So when he is born, he gets connected with so many relations and friends. When he dies, it goes away. Again he gets connected. That is the life going on. Ato anishaya. So that anisha has come. Na kasyachit samartho. That is the meaning. I am not able to do anything. Now what happens in the world? Putro mama vinashto. My son is dead. Mruta me bharya. My wife is dead. Son may not be dead. Son is spoiled. Wife is dead. Kimme jivitena. What is the use of my living? Iti evam dina bhavo anisha. So anisha meaning is described like this. Dina bhava. I am lowly. I am nobody. Taya shochati. Because of that he is doing shoka. Santapyate. That means inside is burnt. Muhyamano. What is Muhyaman? Aneka anekaihi anartha prakaraihi avivekataya chintam apadyaman. So in this life, there are hundreds of evils and so many thoughts, endless thoughts. So that is his Muhyaman. Sa evam preta tiryak manushadi yonishu ajavam javi bhavam apanna. Ajavam means unending. Javi bhavam means becoming small, low. Apanna. Preta tiryang manushadi yonishu. Preta yoni, bhut. Tiryang other than man and manusha, yon adi. Maybe demigod, this or that. Adi yonishu ajavam endlessly javi bhavam apanna kadachit aneka janmasu shuddha dharma sanchita nimittata. Shuddha dharma, pure virtues, for many lives he has collected. Perhaps, kanachit. Not only that. Kenachit parama karunikena darshita yoga margo. somebody out of compassion shows him the yoga marga, shows him the means to realize God. It is only Guru's grace. Then he starts practicing ahimsa, satya, brahmacharya, sarvatyaga, shama, damadi, sampanna. So he starts that Yamaniyama Patanjali, ahimsa, non-injury of others, satya, truthfulness, brahmacharya, continence, sarvatyaga, finally. It has gone out of Patanjali now in Vedanta, sarvatyaga, shama, damadi. So controlling the mind, controlling the body, like that, all he does. Sampanna, and he succeeds in that because of the grace of the Guru. Samahitatma, son, and then he becomes concentrated. Then he sees that God. Huh? So this is Shankara's infield between. Jushtam sevitam anekai yoga margai karma visha. So many people with so many methods, and the karmis also are serving him because he will give the fruits. Yada yasmin kale pashyati, whatever time, condition of the mind, he sees dhayamano. So when he sees means he is meditating. While meditating he sees. Dhayaman is present participle. When he is meditating he sees. Anyam ruksha upadi lakshanad vilakshanam. He has nothing to do with that ruksha upadi. Isham asansarinam, he is not transmigrating. Ashanaya pipasa shoka moho jara mrityu atitam, he is beyond everything. He is beyond hunger and thirst, shoka moha, jara mrityu, beyond all this. Isham. Sarvasya jagato. Isham sarvasya jagato. He is not only my ruler, he is the ruler of the whole world. Ayam aham asmi. He sees him means what? I am that. Sees him in identical fashion because that is the nature of God. So he does not remain, na? Sarvasya sama. I am he. I am same in all beings. Sarva bhutasto, live in all beings. Na itaro, not other. Avidya janito upadhi parichinno mayatma iti. That other who was mayatma. Upadhi parichinna, limited by the upadhis. Iti vibhutim mahim. That is what he sees. Then what is vibhutim mahimanam cha jagad rupam asyeva. It is his mahima, his special appearance throughout the world. Mama Parameshwarasya. Because he feels identical with God now. So it is my mahima. Asaiti yada evam drashta. In this way he sees. Tada vita shoka bhavati. Then no sorrow remains. Sarvasmat shoka sagarat vipramuchyate. So shoka is compared to a sagar, and he is free from that. Kruta krutya bhavati iti artha. Krutya krutya means he has done what should have been done in human life. That is the meaning. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyem Akshabhir Yajatra Sthirai Rangai Stushta Vamsas Tanubi Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddashrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starksho Varishtanemi Swastino Bruhaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanam.